Tonight you're going to see the video on 6.4, the use of inverse function. We're going to look at two vocabulary words first. First of all, it's the inverse relation, which is the interchanging of x and y values. And that basically refers to when you have a table. Now, inverse function, that one takes it a little bit step further. That one relates with switching the x and y, but then you also have to solve for y again. So, inverse functions, what we're going to be doing more in this lesson. So, the first example, it's already on your paper. We're going to have to find the inverse of 3x minus 5. Now, in order to do that, remember, the first thing you do is switch your x and y values. So, what does that mean? This is going to be that equation here becomes x equals 3y minus 5. Now, we have to solve for y. In order to solve for y, we need to make sure we isolate y. So, if we have a minus 5, what do? We go ahead and add 5 on both sides. So, on the left side, it will become x plus 5, and on the right side, we just end up with the 3y. But because there's still a 3 in front of it, well, we need to divide by 3 on both sides. So we go ahead and do that. And we end up with 1/3 x plus 5/3. Take some time to look at it. If you have any questions, make sure you bring them with you tomorrow to class. So that -1 and that f of x, that tells you that it's an inverse. Anytime you see f of -1, that's what it means. So you could see it either way. Now the next example, it's verifying that two functions are inverses of each other. So basically that one, the two functions are given to you. But what you do is you substitute one and for the other one. Now yesterday we went over how a composition, the very last part that we did, example 3, when one becomes part of the other one. And this is what this is. So we're going to have to do it two things. That's why it's kind of split right there in the middle. First of all, we're going to have to do writing the f of x first, which is right there. 3x minus 5, and then the other one is substituting the f of -1. So we're going to substitute that in for x, the way we did yesterday. Now, once you do that, we need to go ahead and distribute and work it out. The goal is to, on both sides, end up with an x in the very bottom. So 3 times 1/3 should be x. 3 times 5/3 is just 5. And then we have the minus 5. Well, these two 5s, they're going to end up canceling, so my answer is just going to be x. So that one worked out, which is perfect. Now we're going to do it the other way. They're requesting that you do f of -1 first. So f of -1 is 1/3 x plus 5/3. Now for the x, we're going to go ahead and substitute f of x, which is 3x minus 5. And then don't forget to put the plus 5/3 at the very end. Distribute the 1/3 times everything in the parentheses, so we get x minus 5/3 plus the 5/3. Now the same thing that happened over there, these two, they should eliminate. So the only thing you have left over is x. Now, because it's both x on both sides, this tells you that both of them are inverses of each other. Now, I would like for you to try the following on your own. I would say pause it until you try 1 and 2, or try 1 and then come back and play it so you could see if you actually got it or not. So, remember, the first thing you do is switch the x and y values, so it became x equals -3/5, y plus 7/5. Now, in order for me to solve for y, I need to move that 7/5 over first. So I get x minus 7/5 equals a negative 3 over 5y. Now, in order for you to get rid of that number in front of the y, remember you need to multiply by the reciprocal. So I will multiply both sides by negative 5 over 3. So negative 5 over 3 times x gives me negative 5 over 3x. And then that negative 5/3 times 5/7, and it's a negative, so negative times negative is a positive. 5 times 7 would be 35 over the 15. It equals y, because these two would cancel on that side. Now, I'm going to go ahead and flip it around, and I will have y equals negative 5 over 3x plus, that reduces into 7 over 5. So that right there would be the answer for the first problem that you should have tried on your own. Now, the last one that you're going to try is one like example 2, where you verify to see if they are inverses. So hopefully you're pausing it, and then you could check to see if they both give you x. So the first one that it gives you, it's f of x, so we write down that one, which is 2x plus 3. We need to substitute the x with the 1/2 x minus 3/2. Don't forget to bring down that plus 3 at the very end. We multiply 2 times 1/2, which was x, and 2 times 3/2, which is minus 3. And then the plus 3 at the very end. Once again, these two cancel. So this is why we have x. Now the next one, we start off with g of x, which is 1/2 x minus 3/2. Then we substitute for the x, 2x plus 3. So that's 1/2, 2x plus 3. Don't forget to bring down the negative 3 over 2. We distribute, 1/2 times 2x is x, 1/2 times 3 is 3/2, minus the 3/2. So these guys again, they will cancel. So then we know that this is x. So this is your lesson. Hopefully you're able to do it at home. Copy the notes and bring them with you tomorrow along with any other questions. Thank you.